Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bea and you're part of Bea-Keeper of Plants. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. I am loving all of the comments and the feedback that I'm getting. I love it all. So in today's video, we're going to talk about a few special purchases and orders that I made with plants this past week, and I just want to share them with you. Some of these plants I have never grown before. They're going to be very new to my collection, but the most exciting thing about them is they have beautiful, beautiful bold leaves, and I think you're going to enjoy seeing them on camera. Before we get started, I thought it would be really fun for us to talk about today's date. Do you know what today's date is? Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. Ooh. I thought it would be fun to talk about some superstitions. On some of this, I have not ever heard of a few of these, but I want to share them with you. You let me know if they're new to you or if, girl, I've heard of these before. So let's get started. The first one is breaking a mirror. I've heard of that one. When you break a mirror, they say you have 7 years bad luck. I've heard of that one. The other one is walking under a ladder. They say when you walk under a ladder that it disrupts the triangle. I don't really know what that means, but it also says it invites misfortune. I have heard of walking under a ladder, but you know what? I don't walk under a ladder anyway. So yeah, I'm too afraid what's on top of the ladder might fall and hit me. The next one is spilling salt accidentally. It says, if you spill salt accidentally, you will have bad luck. Okay, so watch out if you're baking today. They said, but in order to solve this problem, you just take a pinch of salt and you throw it over your left shoulder, right? And guess what it does? It will wipe away any misfortune you probably would have had today. The next one is crossing the path with a black cat. We've all heard that, you know, poor black cats, they get such a bad rap, okay? And the last one is stepping on a crack. I have never heard of this rhyme. It says, step on a crack, break your mother's back. Never heard that rhyme before. It says that if you step on a crack, it invites bad energy. So you let me know in the comments, have you ever heard of any of these superstitions? I thought it would be fun just to bring some, since it is Friday the 13th. We're not having bad luck because guess what? Luck is not in our vocabulary. So let's begin with today's video. Green thumbs up, let's go. Okay, I went shopping and I ordered some plants. And the reason that I wanted to go shopping was to look for some plants that I've either never grown before, and also I wanted something with some different leaves. Some of the plants that we have usually are speckled or they're green, at least for me, mine, in my collection. So I was looking for something that was more bold, something that was outstanding, maybe in color. So, and also it's gonna give me a challenge because I've never grown these before. So what I've done, I have some of these beauties for you today that I'm gonna share with you. And I also took some notes. So I'll be reading my notes, sharing these beauties with you, but also I have a new pot that I'm going to put them in right along with you in today's video. So are you ready? All right, let's get started with the first one. It is the Syngonium Pink Perfection. Let's look at it. This is a beautiful gem. She is simply gorgeous. Can you see why they call her Pink Perfection? Oh my goodness. She's better known as an arrowhead, right? Oh my goodness, she is so pretty. So let's look at her, okay? The leaves. It says, in order for me to keep this plant with this beautiful foliage, I have to give her the proper amount of light. So she's gonna need highlight. So I'm gonna have to make sure I provide her with highlight so she won't revert back. All righty. The growth habit, she can be trained to climb. You know, all arrowheads can be trained to climb. You can put them on a trellis or you can stake them. But if you look at her growth habit right now, she's kind of compact, isn't she? She's cute. She's a chunky monkey. That's what they used to call me, which is cute. Okay? And then, once again, she thrives in high light. But look at these leaves, y'all. Wow. Look at them. And when they come in this light green. How pretty. Here's another new leaf that's coming in right here. You see that one? It's unfurling. Isn't that pretty? And I can imagine these at the bottom, because it's growing so compact, it's not getting enough light in order for them to begin to turn pink. But hopefully I can fix that for this girl. Syngonium Pink Perfection. So let's look at the cash pot that I have for her. What you think? How pretty. This complements this Syngonium. Can't wait to put her on my shelf. Okay, so let's look at the second one. Cryptanthus, which is better known as an earth star. When you see this one, you're gonna see why I selected her. What you think? How they say bam? What you think? Oh my goodness. And can you see why they call it an earth star? Look at it. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. So, the leaves are wavy and sharp. They have a very sharp edge. At the very tip, they come to a point and it can stick you. Okay, because they're very sharp. As it grows, you'll see that it has a rosette in the center. Can you see that? And when it blooms pale white flowers. So you can already see it has a little rosette. Okay, so the growth habit, it just grows in a circular pattern. And also, it has pups that can grow off, like offshoots, off to the side. And what you do, you take it, you pinch it off, and you can just repot it, and you'll get the exact same plant. So pups are better known as baby plants. And then the last thing would be light. It prefers indirect light, okay? Because we don't want to burn the leaves. Indirect light. And this plant is usually grown under the understory on the in a rainforest. So when you think about understory plants, they get dapple sun, and so this won't require a whole lot of light, which will fit kind of well in this plant room because I only have one growth light. But what do you think? Isn't she gorgeous? Cryptanthus, better known as the earth star. And I'm also going to just mention how to water her. Usually you water it from, it's like a bromelade where you water it from the top. So you can water it from the top and or the bottom. So let's look at its cash pot. This is its pot. Let's see how she looks. What you think? Did I make a good selection or not, guys? She is gorgeous. What you think? I like it. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Okay? The next one is a Hoya Globulosa. Actually, this is one of my wish list plants. I have been wanting this plant. When I see it, it's kind of expensive, and so I've been wanting it for such a long time, and I went on ahead and purchased it. And let's look at it. This here was one that I ordered. Okay, so we're going to take off the tape together. Let me get my notes right quick. Hold on. So let's take off the tape together and see really what she looks like. You can see she's tall, right? You see how wobbly she is? And we'll take a closer look after I get the tape off. I didn't want to undo anything any further. I wanted to do it with you guys here on camera. Okay, so Hoya Globulosa. Okay, I got her from one of my favorite plant companies, which is Canopy Plant Co. Alrighty, so let's look at her leaves. Oh, her leaves are beautiful. Look at her. She even has a new growth that's coming at the top. You see how it's growing? Also, you see all of the roots. See all the roots. Oh my goodness, she's gorgeous. So, let's talk about her leaves, okay? As you can see, her leaves have a ribbon-like growth habit to it, right? I love that. It's like a ribbon, like a ripple. Isn't that beautiful? That is one reason that I wanted this plant. I just love the leaves. Not only that, but the leaves feel fuzzy. It's tiny, tiny hairs on the leaves. Oh my goodness, it's so soft. It feels like cotton, literally. I'm serious. It is it's so precious. And then the stem also have these little hairs, which will make it easy to propagate. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So beautiful. Look at how shiny. Kind of reminds you of like an alligator's skin. Isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. Okay, it's a climber, right? Or it can vine. But mine, as you can see, is a climber. So I'm going to have to stake it and put one of my little butterfly clips on it because it's too wobbly. I don't want anything to damage, right, the new growth. See that? Okay, the light, it prefers indirect light, okay, which is good for this plant room because it's not very bright in my plant room. Okay, so it prefers indirect light, which is good for me. The brighter the light I give it, the more dark these leaves will be, just like this. So as I'm growing this plant, if I begin to see that the leaves are turning kind of pale, then it's not getting enough light, and I'll have to increase my light. But so far, I have enough light, I believe, that it will do well. So let's look at it again. Hoya Globulosa. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So I picked a pot for it. So let's look at it. I picked this pot. It's a little deep for this. So let me share a tip with you. Take a plastic bag, stick it at the bottom, Put your plant in, no one ever knows the difference. What you think? You like it? I love it. And this terracotta kind of orangey color really complements this deep green in the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to sit her on the floor. Alrighty, let's look at the next one. The next one is an Aglaonema Pictum Tricolor. Now, I know you guys have seen these. I know I've seen them. Some people have even bought one that's larger than the one I'm going to show you from Home Depot or Lowe's. But I've not ever seen one at my Lowe's or Home Depot. So I wanted it. I think that it's a beautiful plant. Also, I grow Aglaonemas very well, as you can tell in the previous video. So let's take a peek at it. Let's look at it. Look at those leaves. She's one that I ordered. So let's go on and take the tape off of her and get a better look at her entirety. Yeah, I think this plant is gorgeous. I told you these plants have beautiful leaves. You know, hey, if I didn't do anything but buy them because of the leaves, I did good. I sure did. Because these leaves are spectacular, y'all. How they say, you can't deny that. If they never bloom, if the Hoya never blooms, I'm still going to enjoy it. Because I love how beautiful those leaves are. Sometimes you just got to buy a plant, y'all, because you like the leaves. How about that? It doesn't have to bloom. What about you? You think so? Yeah, sometimes I don't care. It ain't going to bloom. That's okay. But the leaves, when you walk in the room, you're going to say, girl, what plant is that? Okay, so let's look at this one. Aglaonema Tricolor, better known as the camouflage plant. Can you tell why? I tell you what, if there was some pants that looked like this leaf here, oh yes ma'am, I'll go buy those pants. Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Yeah. Give me a jacket, a camouflage jacket with this pattern. Talking about cute. You cute. So let's look at the leaves. The leaf appearance, okay, is different shades of green. So we have dark green, we have lime green, and then we have like a speckling of silver. You can see the speckling of silver there. And this leaf here that I'm touching has all three perfect colors in this leaf. Okay, the leaf shape is long, and it also has a rippled effect. So it also has like a ribbon growth margin to it. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, how pretty. I mean, it has like a wavy charm to it. What you think? Okay, it prefers bright light, okay, but one plus for me, it can tolerate lower light. But I have a good place that I can put it, like where I put my other Aglaonemas, because I want to keep this camouflage look on this plant. I need the bold patterns on this plant. And the growth here is just going to continue to grow. And if I need to stake it with a stake, I can. But I think it will continue to just grow nice and bushy. Aglaonema, Pictum Tricolor. So I picked a special pot for it. Once again, this is a tall pot. This is a short insert. Take my plastic. Put it at the bottom. Put her in. Voila. She's pretty. I love it. And this plant too came from Canopy Plant Co., which is in Louisiana. How about that? You like it? I think she's pretty. Okay, let's sit her down. We have 2 more to go. The next one is a Geogenanthus. I have not ever seen this plant on camera. I had not ever heard of this plant either. So let me undo this one with you. I ordered this girl here from Canopy Plant Co. as well. And like I said, I wanted something different. You know, I like all the regular ones, but something different, something that's going to give me a challenge is what I was looking for. And I think I did well. Okay. Let's look at her. Geogenanthus, better known as the Seersucker plant. When I looked that up, I said Seersucker. I haven't worn Seersucker since I was a little girl, and I still like Seersucker. What about you? You ever worn Seersucker as a little girl? That means you would know my age, which is fine with me, but I love Seersucker. Look at the leaves. Oh my goodness. Can you see why she was one that I selected? Oh my goodness. How pretty. So let's look at the leaf. Dark green leaves. It has a quilted effect on them, better known as seersucker, right? It's kind of puckered. Can you see the puckered? And it also has this puckeredness on the back. Look at that. The undersides are deep purple. The top is glossy with shades of silver and green stripes. Oh my goodness. This leaf has not yet turned purple on the back, but the older leaves have. Oh my goodness. How pretty. Better known as the seersucker plant, guys. Beautiful. Okay, the growth habit is spreading. Okay, you know, have you ever made a plant arrangement where you have a thriller, a spiller, and then you have the ones that go around? This one here is called the spiller. So she will sit at the base of the plant so she can spill over. So I like that. So that tells me she can trail. And perhaps she'll be trailing as she grows more, because right now she's growing upright. Now, the problem I may have with this is that she requires high humidity. So I have my 𝑣𝒂𝒕'𝒔 humidifier that I'll be using with her, which she will be sitting on the plant shelf in the back near the humidifier, because she needs high humidity. So that will be something I will be looking at. And also, she likes to be moist. So yesterday, I watered her. She likes to be moist. I have no problem watering my plants. So let's look at the pot that I got for her. Okay. Just a plain, ordinary pot from one of my other plants that I have since cleaned out. It's clean. Okay. So put her in. And I think the pot, the grayish dull color, complements this plant. Especially with, if you look at the stems are so pretty and purple. So I think this is pretty. What do you think? I like it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's look at our last plant, and it is a Hoya. Okay. I'm beginning to collect some of the Hoyas that are either on my wish list or some of the ones that I've never heard of. This is one that I have never heard of, and it is called Hoya CV, which is a cultivar. I looked that up. MB1414, and it's a cross between Christian and cross with Aldrichii. And I'm going to put all those names on the board for us. But yeah, I've never heard of her. Okay, Hoya CV MB1414. So let's look at her. Let's take her out. This one here came from Steve's Leaves. I had to make a little tag for her. I don't know if you guys have ordered from Steve's Leaves, but here recently, he has been running out of plants. Everything is sold out. So I was so glad that I found this Hoya. He didn't have very many. I think he had maybe 3. So I grabbed one. Okay. Steve's Leaves, which I've ordered from them before. So let's look at my new Hoya. Can you tell why I ordered it? Oh my goodness. So nice. Okay. So the leaves, they're succulent-like, okay? Deep burgundy edge. Look at that edging. That is why I picked it, actually. I love it. I love the burgundy. Yeah. The more light that I give it, the more deeper this edging will be. I mean, thick leaves. Thick cardboard leaves, which is good because you don't have to worry about overwatering it. Looks like it has a couple of new growths. Which is a plus for me. Okay, the growth habit, it can trail, which is good. I like trail, or it can climb. Either one. Because this here seems to be wobbly, just like the Hoya Globulosa, I'm going to put a stake in it with one of my butterfly clips so it can stop wobbling around, because that's not good as it's trying to get established. Okay? Then the light, it prefers moderate light. It doesn't have to have a lot of bright light, but enough light in order to keep the margin burgundy. And even it has speckles, guys, on the back, and then speckles on the front. That's not any kind of disease or anything. That's the plant. That's the plant. Wow, so pretty. And so I selected a pot for it. I think it complements the dark green in the leaves. I think it's pretty. So guys, this ends my video with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly have enjoyed sharing my new orders and purchases with you. I think the leaves are gorgeous. What do you think? Is there one of the plants that you probably would look into getting for yourself and seeing if you can grow it? Let me know in the comments. Once again, thank you all my new subscribers. Keep the comments coming. I love responding back to you. And guess what? Hit the bell notification so you will know when I upload another video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next video. Bye-bye.